All right. So first thing that we're going to go over is how to extract the graph. So what you're going to do is on the ones that I give you, um, the ones that I give you for effect size, because I'm going to do effect size on all of them, but I am going to have you guys do it because I want you to know how to do this. It's not that hard, but you know, it's like the big thing of getting the single case design, whatever, for the effect sizes. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is you're going to need to get these graphs into a picture. So we're going to take a screenshot. On a Mac, it is Control-Shift-4. Brings up this little thing, and then I get to drag and take a picture of the screen, and then it threw it on my desktop. I don't remember what it is for a PC, but I know that you can do it. So I just grabbed that graph, which is Yakubova. And if I go back to the screen, I'm going to rename this file. I'm going to put it in Dropbox. Actually, I'm just going to leave it on the desktop, but I am going to call it Yakubova. All right. So now we've got it there. Then we're going to open Digitize It. We are going to go File, Open, and I know this goes really fast, but you should be able to hit pause. And we select that file. Then we're going to go to X minimum. You're going to set that at there. You're going to put in 0. And then we're going to go X maximum. And we're actually going to only, on any of the graphs, we are only going to do baseline and intervention. If it does generalization or if it goes back to baseline, we're only doing that first two. So I'm going to set this right in between here. That's going to be 11. And you can see it does a red line. Then we go to Y minimum. Same thing. That's 0. Then Y maximum. And that is 6. And we're going to click on points. And then we're just going to go click, 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 click. I'm not being as precise as I would like to be because I'm just doing this for show. But so you can see over here, these are all the X values. So it's going over each step 1. And these are all the Y values. So then you're going to open up your Excel sheet. And what I've been doing is I've been going X, Y, P. And that P is going to stand for phase. And that is going to be, you're going to put in a 0 for baseline. You're going to put in a 1 for intervention. So I just copy that, Control C. I'm going to stick that in there. And then baseline. So we're going 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And then for participant 2, we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to go X, Y, P. We go over here. We need to delete all. And then we go down to the second participant and we do the same thing again for that graph. So that's 0. Don't worry about that because you're going to fix it. That's 14. We have Y. And then we have the points.
Just because I have a full-time job doesn't mean I can't have a side business. Millions of people like Caesar have created beautiful websites using Weebly.
Weebly has made creating websites extremely easy.
It's never been simpler. Click the banner to create your website on Weebly today.
So, not the most complicated thing in the world. And this one's actually working out fairly easy. So, I'm not going to go ahead and do that one because that's... Well, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do it. So, bear with me here. Delete all. X minimum 0. X maximum 16. So I'll use this as the demo for all of this. So there's that. I've got the points. So that would be... Okay, so we have each of our participants. And the next thing that I'm going to do, which is going to be the last part of this, is that we are going to calculate percentage of non-overlapping data, which is an effect size, sort of. It's the longest, most used effect size for single case design, but it has a lot of problems. But we're going to calculate it just so that people have a frame of reference, because the one that we do that is going to take SPSS and all that stuff is a fairly novel one. So we're having this one out there just to kind of correlate the data with. So percentage of non-overlapping data basically means that from baseline to intervention, how many of the intervention phases overlapped baseline. And you can see in this one, 0. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is on the first one, I'm going to go ahead and put 100 down here. And this one, I believe, is 100 too. What I've been doing on all of these is not looking at the graph, but I've actually been going down on the Y column. I've been finding the lowest number, and what we actually want, because this isn't very helpful, we want to get rid of those decimal places so that it just becomes a number and it rounds it up. So we're going to go down to the lowest one in baseline, or actually the highest one in baseline, and it's all of them. So, and I just marked it red, and then I'm going to go to, because it would be the highest one this way and the lowest one, or the highest one this way for it to overlap, if that makes sense. So then I'm going to go down into my Y's on the intervention phase, and I'm going to look at the lowest one. Looks like we've got a couple of 2s, but we know based on that there's no overlap, so we have 100. Now this one, I believe there was no overlap too, but I'm going to create an overlap just to show you. So the highest one, we have a bunch of 2s. I'm going to make that a 3. And I'm going to say that was our highest point. So we do have some 3s down here, and so what we need to do is we need to flag those. And out of intervention, so then I'm going to go, okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3 overlap, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So out of 6, PND is going to equal, well, it's going to be 50. So it would be 30 divided by 60 equals 30 divided by 60, which is 0.5. And if we want to be snazzy, we go up here and we call this a percent. And it says 50% for us. Then we would go and we would add these three up. So this equals that one plus that one plus that one. And then divided by 3, because we want the average of those. So our overall PND for this study is 66.83. And we're going to go ahead and call that a percentage. No. Number. It's 66.8%. Let's get rid of all those. And we actually don't want any of the decimal points, so it's just going to be 67. Okay, so that's how we're going to calculate PND. I'm going to put this back to 2 though. That was just what would happen to make it work out. All right, this one's at 100 too, so our overall PND would be 100 for this study. And then in a moment, I will, or on another video, I will go ahead and show you how to do the one in SPSS. Make sense? So you're going to do that for each of the articles that you have, that I have assigned for doing the effect sizes on. All right.